And welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Raiders episode.
The Raiders.
The Oakland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm probably going to say Oakland most of this episode.
Yeah. Good. That's where they need to be.
But, yeah, it does seem weird them not being in Oakland. But, in all honesty, the Raiders are kind of an NFL powerhouse. They have lots of Hall of Famers, so I'm interested to see what names show up today. I feel strongly that we're going to get a fucking offensive lineman on this list.
You better believe it.
Probably will.
Yeah.
You picked the same one I did, Alex. You got my backing you on him.
I've got 2 on my list, so yeah. Well, somebody's getting on. All right. That being said, Drew, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Willie Brown.
That's a good one.
But I do not have him.
Okay, well, anyone else have Willie Brown or just me?
No, I don't.
I do not have him, but I like it.
I like Willie Brown, yeah.
He's very good.
So just one?
Yeah, well, he's not making it. Get out of here. It's got a 1 next to it.
It doesn't mean anything. We changed that narrative in the Broncos.
That's true.
The narrative has been changed.
Yeah.
Maybe no offensive lineman for you, Alex.
No, that's not happening.
Oh, one.
Oh, yeah, one,
not the other.
All right, well, Willie, he has 9 Pro Bowls, 7-time All-Pro. He's got a ring. He's part of the All-70s team, and he's got 54 interceptions. I thought it was a pretty solid resume for the number 4 spot. 7-time All-Pro at the 4 spot I thought was pretty impressive. He played 12 years in Oakland.
Where do you see my 4?
What do you see my 4? I don't know.
Never mind.
Yeah, I thought I was trying to be a little bit diverse here, bringing in different Raiders, because the Raiders, when you go back, they have a lot of good players.
They do.
Here recently, they haven't been that good for really the whole time I've been alive. They really haven't been good. So when you go back and look at, they have a really rich history of players. So,
Well, I think it was one of my trivia questions a while back that the answer was the Raiders were the NFL's winningest team for 3 straight decades.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what, 70s, 80s, and 90s?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you think Willie Brown is the greatest cornerback for the Raiders? They've had a lot of great Hall of Fame corners.
yeah, they have. Yeah, I would say so.
Say
Yeah.
Willie Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's a bad choice,
one of Wade's all-time favorite DBs played for this franchise.
Indeed. And also, I believe he played with, is it his name Jack Tatum? I think?
Yeah, Jack
Oh,
Tatum.
yeah, Jack
Yes.
Tatum.
Jack Tatum was a vicious monster that
He
destroyed
was.
people. And I believe they played at the same time, or at least close together. Maybe. And I'm not 100% sure. But. And yes, Charles Woodson was there for twice, off and on. But yeah.
All right. Well, is that all you have on old Willie Brown?
Yep, that's all I got.
All right, Wade, who's your number 4?
I'm going to go with old Tim Brown,
Oh, Tim Brown's on my list.
the all-time great receiver. Yeah.
He's
Tim Brown's my number 3.
He's my number 4.
He's my number 3.
I kind of feel like he's almost kind of gotten underrated as time's gone on. We're
Mhm.
talking about a very good, very consistent guy, Hall of Fame player, racked up over 1,000 receptions. You know, he's up there on the all-time list. Was like 14,000 yards or something like that.
Almost 15,000.
Yeah, he's close to
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like this is a pretty easy pick to be somewhere in your top 4, more than likely.
He also has triple-digit touchdowns.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he's easily an all-time great receiver. He's their greatest receiver, probably. Well, I think he's their greatest receiver. I'm just, in my opinion. And they do have some other Hall of Fame receivers, but I would take Mr. Brown over all of them in my personal opinion. But he's just flat out an all-time great receiver. I think it's just a good, smart choice.
9 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
He's a beast. I know that one person in this room is very quiet right now.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest.
It was not unanimous. Ray left him off his list.
Yeah.
There might be some. Well, there's definitely gonna be deals at the end of the show, but yeah, we might be able to work something out. To put Tim Brown on, might be able to work something out. Yeah, we might.
I don't know if you mentioned it, Wade. I was trying to pay attention. He's also on the all-90s team.
I did not mention that, no. That seems to be your thing. I'm not going to lie. You bring up the all-decade teams
I think it's cool.
all the time. Yeah.
Although I brought it up negatively in the Broncos episode for the first time.
I can't
Yeah,
remember what
because
you
I said
Terrell
I-
wasted a spot on the list.
Yeah, I
Oh,
said Terrell
yeah.
Davis made. I was like, how did he make it over Emmett and Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
like-
play for half the decade.
Yeah, he played for 4 years in the 90s, and he's over Emmett and Barry. That doesn't make any sense.
In some cases, I would understand, but it's like the all-time leading rusher and the third all-time leading rusher are right there with him. Like, it's like
and played like the entire decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
that
won
was their
Super Bowl
decade.
MVPs.
Yeah. Like, Barry would have. There's whatever. We don't have to go into teams, don't it?
Yeah.
Keep the truck moving.
All right. So, Uncle Doug, do you have a 4 left?
Yes, I do.
Who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Jim Otto.
He's my number 1.
He's my number 1.
There you go. That's what I was saying. 12 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro, or
12
12 All-Pros, 10 first team, 2 second team.
Wade, do you have Otto?
No.
Rated neither.
Nope.
This is...
Fucking offensive linemen never get their due.
Hey, I'm with you on this one, Allie.
I like old Jim Otto.
Yeah, I mean, he's great center. The one thing you will say about him is he didn't get a championship. Super Bowl, I mean. He has a AFL championship.
Right.
He didn't get a Super Bowl. He retired 2 years before they won their first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, bummer on that. He played 210 games at center for the Raiders. Was a first-team All-Pro almost every year.
Mm-hmm. 10 out of 12 years, he's first team All-Pro.
So, yeah, obviously there's no stats to talk about with old Otto. But also, he looks cool because he wears one of those big white neck rolls.
The one on Madden that you put on the look goofy.
Yeah.
00.
Yeah, 00 is the lineman.
That's his nickname on Pro Football Reference, too, is 00.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I thought he definitely deserved me.
Yeah, I thought I was pretty safe there.
Apparently not as safe as we thought.
No.
So we've had 3 guys up here, and Ray's had none of them.
But I've had all 3.
Oh, crap.
That's 3 of your 4? Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So you only have your number 1 left?
No, Jim was my number 1. I've got my number 2 left.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I don't have a number 4. Ray, do you have a number 4?
I do.
Oh, who you got, buddy?
Dave Casper,
Oh, Dave Casper.
I like Dave Casper.
He was a good tight end.
tight end. 2 Super Bowl titles, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 All Pros. He is in the Hall of Fame. 3,294 receiving yards, 35 receiving touchdowns, all 70s team, and he was a 12.9 yards per reception. And that was during the 70s when all they did was run the ball. So that was a nice little variety pick for number 4.
Dave Casper's a quality pick.
Some teams we bounce back and forth and we have, 1 Hall of Famer, 2 Hall of Famers. Just on the guys I researched, I think I counted 12 Hall of Famers with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, Casper's a nice pick. I mean, by today's standards, his numbers look quite puny.
Yeah.
But back then, he was a very quality tight end. I mean, for his career, he has 5,000 yards, 300 receptions. I don't know how many of those came. 3,000 yards came with Oakland. So
Yeah.
he split his career up pretty good. He's got 8 years in Oakland and 5 years in other places. Anything else on Casper, Ray?
No, just thought I'd give him a shout out.
All right. Well, I have my number 3 left, so I'll go ahead and say it. My number 3 is Mark Allen.
He's my number 2.
He's my number 1.
That's my number 3.
I will say this, Uncle Doug, you can talk or rebuttal to me in a second, because I did not watch most of his career. I only watched the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with you, if somebody were to ask me just off the street, like, what is the obsession with Marcus Allen, I'd be like, I have no idea. Like, I understand that his career numbers would be a lot better if he hadn't got into it with his team's owner and they wouldn't let him play for a few years.
Right. Wouldn't trade him, wouldn't let him play.
Yeah, which is shitty. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
not. But like it's not like I mean his numbers are good. I'm not saying they're
Right.
not good, but they're not like holy shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm cussing too much this episode. But I mean he has 12,000 yards on 4.1 yards a carry and 123 touchdowns is always nice. 123 touchdowns I do believe puts him top 5 all time.
Rookie of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year.
He's the only player to have all those.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. Yeah, they did him dirty. They really did. I forget how much time he missed because they just wouldn't play him, wouldn't trade him. Just he sat.
He could easily be at 13 or 14,000
Oh,
rushing
yeah.
yards.
He also has one of the most famous plays in Super Bowl history when he breaks that long run with the Raiders and
It's like a
What year is
74-yard run, but
Yeah.
he like runs all the way over here and then turns around and runs all the way back.
Yeah,
like he backtracks and then like goes up the middle and then
Yeah.
like darts and just runs past everybody. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
yeah. I liked watching Marcus. I liked watching him in college, and then when he went to the pros, I wasn't even a big Raider fan, but I really liked Marcus Allen.
Yep, but he does have some accolades. Like I said, he's got the Super Bowl, he's got an MVP. Like he mentioned, Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, Rookie of the Year. So he does have quite a few accolades. And he played forever. I mean, I realize there in the middle he wasn't playing very much,
Right.
but I mean he played 16 years as a running back, which is a long time. And what did he get into it with Al Davis about?
You know, it's been so long, I don't even remember now. But it wasn't anything that was. I mean, it might have been some contract stuff, but it wasn't like outrageous. And there was a lot of teams that wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Al Davis was just playing, just did it to spite him. That was just a bad deal.
He did lead the league in rushing one year with 1,759 yards.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice season,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Who didn't have him? Ray?
Right.
Just got
I'm starting to think that I got some kind of wonky list I was researching.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Casper's not bad.
Well, Dave Casper's
I was saying,
great Hall of
I
Fame.
remember
tight end.
watching Dave Casper play a lot.
I mean, he's probably their greatest tight end.
Yeah.
So
There's a rule in the NFL because of him.
is there?
He's the one that did the fumble. He
Oh,
fumbled it, kicked it into the end zone.
yeah.
The Raiders back then did a lot of cheap, dirty shit.
Yeah.
Stick 'em.
Was that?
Lester Hayes and Stickum.
Yeah, it was.
You just watch. He'd just walk around like this.
Yeah, grass
did
all
this.
over. It's crazy.
He would just dip his hand. It wasn't even like a little bit. It's
Had big old cans of it with tongue depressor and just spread it all over.
It's like that part in Little Giants where that one little kid puts the stickum on there and he can't get his hand apart.
Oh, is it the replacements where he sticks it to his jersey?
yeah.
Gets the drink, can't get the cup off.
He's a really fast wide receiver.
Yeah.
No, and then, like back then, them and the Steelers ruled the world. Them and the Steelers ruled, like they manhandled everyone.
And talking about bloodbaths when they met in the playoffs.
Yes.
Oh man.
One of them was coming out of that conference, like
Yeah.
for a while.
And most of the time, either one of them won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Well, in the 70s, they won what, 6 Super Bowls?
Are you talking about?
The Raiders and Steelers.
Oh, I mean,
The
probably.
Raiders. I mean, the Steelers won 4. Did the Raiders win 2 in the 70s?
They're spread out in the 70s and 80s. I'm not sure exactly where.
Yeah, let's see. Casper was on 2 Super Bowl teams. Upshaw and Shell were on 2. Cliff Branch played on 3. Ted Hendricks on 4. Lester Hayes was on 2. So, I mean, all these guys were on 1, 2, 3, 4, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were all with the Raiders or spaced out, but
Yeah. All right. Well, who has a number 3 left? Just Ray. All right, Ray.
My number 3 is Cliff Branch.
oh yeah, he was a good receiver.
3 Super Bowls, 4 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pros. He is another Hall of Famer. 8,600 receiving yards, 67 touchdowns, 70 rushing yards, and he's 17.3 yards per reception. So, yeah. So, another nice little safe pick at 3.
There you go.
Yeah, it's safely going to be removed in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, he
Wait till we get to 1. That's going to get really wonky.
Branch was part
Better
of
not be
a
like Derek Carr.
pretty big receiving tandem there.
There's no way.
Just wait.
I mean, you could put a quarterback on the list. I don't care, but I would think it'd be Stabler or
Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett, not Carr. But
Or even
hey,
Rich Gannon, I think, won an MVP there.
he did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rich Gannon.
Throwing to Tim Brown
Yeah, and Jerry Rice.
and Jerry Rice. Yeah.
Jerry Rice had a 1,000-yard season when he was 40 years old.
He did.
Crazy bastard.
Yep. All right. Well, who has number 2 left?
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'm done. My list's out.
Oh.
Who was your number 1?
Jim Otto.
Oh, okay.
he was also my number 1. Wade, you said you had a 2 left?
Oh, yeah. I have Mr. Upshaw.
He's my number 2 as well.
Gene Upshaw. Yeah, I liked him,
Gene
but
Upshaw.
didn't quite make the list.
See, I thought about it. I'm like, they're going to criticize me for putting.
Too.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't add any of the rest of them.
He's got a pretty crazy resume. I looked up numerous lists. He made the number 1 spot on multiple of them, or he was at least in like the top 4, 5, 3, something like that. But his awards and accomplishments are pretty insane. Between the AFL and the NFL, he has, let's see, make sure I counted this right, 11 All-Pros, and then somehow only 7 Pro Bowl All-Star appearances. Not sure how that works. You have 11 All-Pros and 7 Pro Bowls or whatever.
That's your thing, Wade.
I don't know. But he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time second-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, then made 2 first-team All-AFL, 1 second-team All-AFL, and a Pro Bowl in the AFL.
He's on the All-70s team.
Yes, indeed. And the 75th anniversary team, 100th anniversary team, and won a championship in the AFL. So, AFL championship, 2 Super Bowls, 11 total All-Pros. I thought it was a pretty good pick.
And he's been constantly in the news after his career because he's the, the president or the leader or whatever of the Players Association.
Yeah. Is he still or what? Or he used to be?
Is he not anymore?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I don't know if he still is or not.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I thought he wasn't, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I thought he stepped aside after the last big contract,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
I don't.
But I mean, he has been probably pretty much my entire life.
For a long time.
Yeah, he
yeah.
definitely did it for a while.
But yeah, another great offensive lineman.
Indeed. There's not really much to say besides his accolades. I mean,
Yeah,
he
right.
blocked well.
Yeah.
He blocked real well.
That's what we've said about all the linemen.
So does anybody have anybody left?
Yeah, I still got my number 2.
Who you
Oh,
got?
I have number 1.
Kenny the Snake Stabler.
Oh, Stabler.
Nice.
Yeah, Kenny's my number 2.
So is the Raiders going to be the team we have the most players from?
Yeah,
I
that's
know, we're
looking
getting
like-
They
a
might
few.
pass the Steelers. We're getting there.
I'm the only Stabler guy?
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
There's already
man.
4 ones up there.
Well, I'll say Snake had almost 28,000 yards, almost 60% completions, 194 touchdowns, won a Super Bowl. He got an MVP. He's got an Offensive Player of the Year, 4 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros.
Here's his MVP season. Like, this kills me. I realize this is in the 70s. Here's his MVP season. He threw for 2,400 yards and 26 touchdowns.
Yep.
Where's the interceptions?
It's 12. It's
Oh,
not bad.
okay.
The 2,400 yards is what got
That's
me.
usually the
Like,
lead up. It's the touchdowns and then
Yeah.
99
And his completion
interceptions.
percentage was only 57.
Yeah. Now, the following season, he threw 16 touchdowns and 24 interceptions.
Yeah.
So it was a little
That's
bit
kinda
worse, I
quarterback,
mean, but
yeah.
yeah.
My favorite part about Stabler was him off the field. He was cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Just awesome. He said he would. I think his most famous line, at least the one I've heard, is he read the game plan by the light of the jukebox the night before the game.
Yep.
So
He used to do things like that.
partied and got the ladies and won Super Bowls.
And he's left-handed,
Yep.
which is rare for a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Well, I believe he came out of Alabama. I think he played for,
He did.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's one of the
Bear.
very few Alabama quarterbacks that have.
Right. So, but yeah, I liked watching Snake. Again, I was not a big Raider fan, but Snake was pretty good.
All right. Ray, you said you had somebody else left?
I got 2 left.
Oh, 2 left. So we're going to get to 11.
Yeah.
I still have a guy left.
That's what I'm saying. I was counting 3. Yeah, sorry. Unless one of your guys are the same, I
No
guess.
one's unanimous.
All right.
Yeah.
For my number 2, it's Fred.
Biletnikoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was close to making my list.
Yeah, I thought about him too.
1 Super Bowl, 1 MVP. Super Bowl MVP.
Yep, he was Super Bowl MVP. Yeah.
6-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro, Hall of Fame, 89, 74 receiving yards, 76 receiving TDs, and 1 AFL championship. So nice little rounded out resume for number 2.
Yeah, he and Cliff Branch. He was the possession receiver to Cliff Branch's speed.
Do you have nothing but pass catchers so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
You have 2 receivers and a tight end, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I like it. I like it.
I do too.
Wade. I'm telling you, it's Derek Carr.
No,
Oh,
because the first one's iffy because I don't even know if I'm really allowed to do this.
Um,
Oh, I don't know who it's gonna be.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's
What, that
exciting.
made me nervous.
But
But
special teams player.
by the way, 1 year, Biletnikoff led the NFL in receptions with 61.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
People have that in like
Yeah.
6 games.
Yeah.
If he got 61 passes and stayed in the NFL, good chance he might get cut the next year.
Really is.
Like if you were supposed to be like the number 2 receiver or something.
Yeah. Well, of course, the college receiver of the year is the Biletnikoff Award.
It is. I remember. Well, I still do. I play college football, and that's
Yeah.
if my receiver wins this. That's yeah.
All right, Wade, who you got, buddy?
Well, I do have to admit one thing. When I was announcing my number 2, I for some reason said Gene Upshaw when he's really my number 1. But I went with it after I said his name. I wasn't going to backtrack.
Oh, okay.
So Gene Upshaw is really my number 1. My number 2 was Howie Long.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like how.
I looked at Howie.
Everything I read said not only was he a tremendous pass rusher back then. I always struggle with that word. But he was tremendous against the run. He was one of the best, one of the best players on a championship team, and during one of their big runs of dominance. And one thing that really moved him up the list for me is he's still extremely relevant today, unlike the majority of our list, because he's on TV every Sunday.
Yeah.
yep.
So even people from Drew to Uncle Doug's age and everybody
yeah.
in between knows who Howie Long is and see him on a weekly basis during football season and know he's a Raider and he's an all-time great Hall of Fame Raider and blah, blah, blah. And
Oh yeah.
so I thought he was a good top 4.
You know, I never saw him play. I knew who Howie was. I knew that he played for the
You
Raiders.
saw his sons play.
Yeah,
that
too.
Chris
That too.
and
The one that played for
Kyle.
the Bears.
Yeah,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah, he played for your team. Chris won a Super Bowl with my team.
Yeah.
He played for the Rams.
Played for the
Yeah,
Rams.
played the best years of his career
Right,
with the
yeah.
Rams.
Then he went to the goddamn Cheatriots and whatever.
Cheatriots. So does anybody have tackles for him? Because I don't have them. on
I did
Pro Football
not.
I did not.
Give me a second. I'm the only one that seems like I can find tackles for anybody.
I'll be honest, I don't look past Football Reference. I don't care.
Me
If
neither.
Football Reference doesn't have it. I didn't. Yeah.
He's got over 90 sacks.
I look him up just for the fun of it.
But yeah. Is that the or just
That's 10.
Ray's got
one
one
left.
left.
So we're
Okay.
gonna have
So
11 guys.
11 guys, which is the most we've ever had.
I don't know if I've ever had a
Well,
guy that was my number 2 that I was the only person that hit him.
Yeah, my number 2. I'm the only one.
Jesus Christ, guys. We suck at this.
And we have no unanimous.
Yeah, none unanimous. And
We have
only 2 with 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys with 1.
Jesus.
It's gonna be a lot of deals.
All right, Ray, get your last guy up there.
Okay.
Who we got, baby?
Charles Woodson.
Oh, okay. I'm on board.
Another 1.
Another one. 9 Pro Bowls, All Pro 3, Hall of Famer yes, 27 interceptions, 12 fumble recoveries, 753 tackles, 2 defensive TDs, 8.5 sacks, and forced fumbles 18. Thought he was a 9.
Well, Wade argued during the Packers episode that all of his good years were with the Packers, so he should be on the Packers list. So therefore, by that logic, we shouldn't put him on the Raiders list.
He's probably not
I
going to
mean,
make it. But all of you disagreed with me. But he won his defensive player of the year in Green Bay. He doesn't have that going for him.
Doesn't matter. I got totally played 11 years at fucking Oakland, so he's going on to win.
We didn't say that in the episode. We didn't say,
You all said that.
we didn't say he's going on
played for the
Oakland.
Packers.
Well,
He
yeah,
played for the
he
Packers.
split time, 7 and 11. He's like Charles Barkley. He's not like Charles Barkley. He played a lot longer than Charles Barkley. He played for 2 teams.
That's good stuff.
Oh boy, this is gonna be tough.
This is going to be ridiculous.
Wow.
Where do we start?
I guess we start with some of these guys that have 4.
Ray, can we get
Tim
Cliff
Brown.
Branch off and you go to Tim Brown?
Who do you want off here? Cliff.
I don't give a shit who you take off. Take off any of your guys and just put them on
my
Tim
God.
Brown.
Branch, I'm trying to take a receiver for a receiver.
You put 2 receivers on that are worse than Tim Brown. So I feel like we should just put Tim Brown on, who's an all-time great receiver and the all-time leader in all the categories for the team, and you should take off both of your receivers for that one.
Who's got Jim Otto?
That's me.
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 Who's got
Why are you trying to get us ready to get rid of a 3 guy?
No, I'm trying to go to somewhere that you don't have, Mr. Shit Talk.
What?
He's betraying you is what he's doing.
No, I'll take
Jump on my Willie Brown train.
Willie.
Just pick a fucking train and jump on it. There's a ton of them.
There's a ton leaving the station.
Okay, I'll go to Otto and I'll take off. Somebody pick one.
No, we want Tim Brown. No.
So he went to Jim Otto.
I'll take
He didn't go to Tim Brown?
Take Casper or Brand.
I'm taking off Casper.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
What
Casper's
about
on.
Allen? Can we disagree on Allen?
He didn't take Tim. He didn't go to Tim Brown. He went to Otto. So now we have 3 fours.
We made an improvement. We got rid of
We got an
somebody.
improvement, that's right.
We got rid of somebody.
Let's see what else I can do here. Give me a second. Let's see. I'll take Branch off for. Who do I want to go
Do
to?
you have Marcus?
No, we can go to
You
Marcus.
can come to Marcus.
Yeah,
with
we'll go to
us.
Marcus. We'll
Now
make
we
that
got-
a 5.
Now we got Marcus there.
All right, we'll go to 5.
Marcus Allen is on.
Okay.
All
Then
right.
what else do I have?
Who'd you
here?
get rid of? Cliff Branch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took off Casper and Branch. I'm down to Fred Blitznikoff and Charles Woodson. Okay.
All right, we got one in.
All right. Well, I'll let somebody else have center stage here, and
All right, Drew. So who you taking Willie Brown off to go to?
Why do I need to? I have Tim Brown and Jim Otto who are 4s.
I know, but I'm saying you have
Who
a
are
one,
you taking
have a
off to
one
come join?
You have a 1 up there.
Do you have a 1?
No, I don't have any 1s.
You have a 2 though. That's pretty close to a 1.
I mean, it's close, but it's not. And Gene Upshaw is Gene fucking Upshaw, not Willie Brown. I don't even know who you are. Everybody in this room knows who Gene Upshaw is. I didn't know who the hell Willie Brown was, so you brought him up.
I knew Willie Brown.
Yeah. Thank you. Willie Brown's not a nobody, Alex.
all right,
No
so-
offense to Willie Brown. I'm just saying.
All right, so I'll take Fred off.
Honestly.
Yes, sir, Ray.
Go to Willie Brown.
Yes. Yep.
Oh Lord, we're all over the map.
Well, we're at least shrinking.
Wade, will you get rid of Howie and join the Willie Brown train?
Hey, Ray.
Would you
Consider it.
Can you get rid of some of the gaps so we can shorten the list up a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll press my backspace button for you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Sorry to all the listeners. I don't know if we've ever explained this before, but Ray actually types these up on a screen in front of us so we can actually see who all's on instead of it being on my computer when nobody can see it but me.
Yeah.
Dad, while I'm campaigning around, would you be able to leave Stabler and come to the Willie Brown train?
Well, I'll leave Stabler. I'm just trying to decide where to go.
We have
Because
happy
Tim Brown and
hour.
Otto are already on my list,
Yeah, so just come.
so I can't make a 5.
So come to Gene Upshaw.
No, come to Willie.
Look, on the Willie Brown train, we got plenty of cocktails. We got a buffet nightly. Our conductor's
help
pretty
me out
cool.
here, dude.
We're spreading the wealth around, Dad. We're not just giving it all to the linemen. Hang on, sorry. I'm trying to work on something. Who are you guys talking about?
Dude, you gotta help me with Gene Upshaw. They're trying to say Willie Brown.
No,
rather than Gene Upshaw.
Wade's coming to the Willie Brown train. He's getting rid of Howie, and he's going to come join me and Ray. With Willie.
Upshaw was my number one, so I'm going to stick Upshaw before I said I consider Long for Brown, but Upshaw, no. I'm taking Upshaw all day. But
All right, so hold on. Whose number ones are up there?
I have
Mine?
Mine's
Those-
Allen.
I have Long.
So Drew and I don't have any ones.
No.
So Ray, you've given up a few already, so I'm gonna leave you alone for a second.
Good, because I only got one left.
Uncle Doug, what do you think about Stabler?
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide where to best put Kenny.
Well, you've already got Allen and Brown and Otto,
Yeah.
so you've got to go to Brown or Upshaw.
Upshaw. Yeah, I got to go to Brown or Upshaw.
It's got to be Upshaw.
No, it's got to be Willie.
Brown.
Come to Willie.
Willie.
Willie. Willie. Willie.
Willie.
Choose your nephews over your son. Come on.
No.
Oh, this is tough.
Oh, goodness. This is a ridiculous list. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Hey, at least we're arguing between Hall of Famers.
So it's me
Yeah.
and then Long and Woodson. That's the 3 ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're Long and you're Woodson,
Yep.
right? So where are you guys going?
Don't know yet.
So that's what I'm trying to
yeah.
decide. It's like, well,
Well, Wade can't go to Upshaw or Allen or Brown.
No, I
So-
can go to Brown. I got to go between Otto
You
and
don't
Brown.
have Tim Brown?
No, my vote's already up there for Tim Brown.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go to those three, right? You can't go to
But you can
Upshaw,
go to
Allen, or
Jim
Brown.
Otto.
I can go to Willie Brown.
Oh, Willie
Or
Brown.
Jim
Okay.
Otto.
Oh, sorry.
Come
Yeah,
on,
so you're
Willie.
between Otto and Brown.
so you can
yes.
go to Otto and make him on then.
I'll be honest, Otto's like last on my list up there. I'm not big on Otto.
Okay.
But you didn't have Willie Brown on your list at all.
No, but bring Willie.
So why wouldn't Otto be ahead of Brown?
Because I don't think anyone knows who Otto is in their right mind. And unless you Google his like Raider stuff, no one knows who the fuck that is.
Nobody knows who the fuck Willie Brown is.
Everyone here but you does.
You don't know who Ray doesn't know who Willie Brown is.
He's on the train. He's boarded for departure.
He just did that to piss me off. That's the only thing he did it for. I pointed out he should have had Tim Brown on his list.
chug it.
And Jim Otto was like number one on multiple lists I looked at.
Not what I looked at.
He was a beloved. Otto was beloved by the Raider fans. That's why I put him on there. Because I looked at 3 offensive linemen and I went with him.
Who was the third?
Art Shell.
Oh, yeah, Art Shell. Yeah.
Because he played with Upshaw.
Mm-hmm.
Those same 2 Super Bowls. He actually had 1 more Pro Bowl than Upshaw. But fewer All-Pros.
All right, since that couch over there won't make a decision, Ray, are you going to make a decision?
Yeah, I'll go to Tim Brown.
Tim Brown's in.
Okay.
So Woodson's off and Tim Brown's in.
Okay.
So we'll make it easier here.
Alright.
So we have 2 in now, Tim Brown and Marcus Allen. We have a 4 with Jim Otto. And then 2 2s.
Well, to prove my point, out of my best friends, the 2 biggest football fans out of my friend group, I asked, do you know who Jim Otto is? I got, yeah, the guy from the Browns. and it doesn't ring a bell. That's why it's not on my list. Because no one knows who
Okay,
the
so
hell
ask
he
him
is.
who Willie Brown is.
We'll see.
It's like if they say he's a Raider, Alex, he's going on the list.
Downtown.
Oh, shit.
Wilson.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say. Exactly.
That might happen.
Yeah,
That might
exactly what
happen.
they're going to say. I knew, yeah.
Yep.
Bob's the one that said the guy from the Browns.
Come on, Bob.
Down Willie Brown.
By the way, Willie Brown's middle name is Ferdy. And he's from Yazoo.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, for right now, I guess take off Howie Long and put me on Willie Brown.
Yeah!
Yes.
It's becoming something here, Drew, again.
I know. We're
All right. Take me off Stabler and put me on Willie Brown.
yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
We're making a statement.
And Alex
again.
said at the beginning of the episode, "You got a 1. He can't make it." Oh no.
What the fuck just happened? You guys are putting in people you didn't have. I don't get it.
I didn't have Upshaw on my list either.
I don't have anybody on this list right now anyway.
I didn't have Willie Brown or Jim Otto.
So
I had to pick one.
But if you put it on Jim Otto, we'd have another one on.
I don't want Jim Otto on the list. I made that pretty clear. I thought. Willie. I mean, Bob thought he played for the Browns, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Because you just thought he was Otto Graham.
that's my guess.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm not even trying to make fun of Bob. Until I did research, I didn't know who he was. I had no clue. I'm not any.
He is older. I mean, he was way back.
But he
You
has
don't hear about offensive linemen like you do other positions.
But he has 12 All-Pros.
Yes, he
And-
does. And he was an amazing offensive lineman.
In a league with what? 10 teams? 8 teams?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm not trying to even knock how good he was. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying I don't know who he is.
No. I know what you're doing. You guys don't like offensive linemen.
Well,
As a, and as a team right now, that has no offensive line, 3 of your teams in this,
Right.
every team in this room but mine, you all should know the importance of offensive linemen.
I know. They are important. The offensive line is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is.
But Willie Brown.
Yeah.
What a guy. Goodness, this list is a shit show. Have either one of them answered back yet, Wade? I never got through because everyone moved to Willie Brown, so I didn't send a second message, but I can. I want to see what they say. They know who Willie Brown is. Oh, God, I hope one of them answers correctly.
Y'all are going to end up with no offensive linemen on this list. That's where we're going.
No, there's no way.
One of them's got
One of them has to. There's only 5 guys, and there's 2 linemen, Alex.
Yeah, one of
them's going to make it.
This is horseshit.
We told you there's going to be a lineman.
It's guaranteed.
We got the Doug guarantee.
That's right.
The AFC West.
This all started because Ray got his feelings hurt. That's what happened.
No, it's not a feelings got hurt. I just got petty all of a sudden.
And Willie Brown.
Right, that's why he went to Willie Brown to begin with.
Yeah.
The only place you weren't.
Because I told him that he picked 2 receivers that are worse than Tim Brown.
What's everybody's thing with Upshaw? Why does anybody want Upshaw besides me and Alberta? I just picked Otto over Upshaw.
Right. I just go
Okay.
with one offensive lineman instead of 2.
Yeah,
I got you,
That's
I
what I
got you.
did. Because I didn't think you guys would pick 2, so I just picked the one I thought.
I only picked one. I only have Upshaw. But
Yeah, see, I had Otto, Upshaw, and Shell all at the bottom of my list, and I decided I was picking one of the 3, and I went
feel
with
you.
Otto.
I did the same thing last week with quarterbacks.
So,
Yeah, that's what I went with.
Gotcha. Oh boy, what to do?
Huh.
So we got Allen and Brown. All right.
yeah, I don't know how we break this gridlock.
All right. Well, Alberta, we got some good news for you. Dalton doesn't know who Willie Brown is either. Now we're just waiting on Booby.
Booby.
Come through, Bob.
Yeah, we're talking to Dalton and Bob, 2 guys that have been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. Both very knowledgeable football fans.
We could solve
Not
this.
a big fan of who they root for, but it's all right. Those shitty Eagles. I'm just giving you a hard time, Alberta.
No.
No, I do hate the Patriots, but
Well, I agree with you on that.
I don't mind the Eagles.
Send Robert a text.
All right.
See if he knows Otto and Willie Brown.
I like how we can't do the boards on this one.
Hey,
Text.
hold on. Let's pick a few guys that you have been on the podcast. Text them these names, and whoever people know the most, you get like the most votes. That's who gets on the list.
Okay, what are we gonna do to make up time while we're waiting on text back?
That's a good call.
Do you want to try to do trivia in between time?
We could
We
ask.
can go ahead and do trivia.
But hey, how about we send our text?
Yeah, so
Mine's already out.
let's everybody in the room that has not everybody has a guest, do they?
I can text Robert and Cameron.
Yeah, do Robert.
I can do
and
Cameron for you, Dad. I'll do Robert for mine.
Okay.
You can text Mark.
Yeah, I'll text Mark because this is Mark's time. Like Mark would have been able to see these guys at least, so
Yeah.
he has a chance of knowing who they are.
I can call my dad.
Oh no. Yeah. I mean. Oh God, he's gonna love Jim Otto.
You know he
Damn
will.
it. I can't.
Well, I'm saying we gotta get an age range here.
No, you're right. I'm cool with it.
Go call him then.
I'm
Yeah,
just
go.
saying, he's gonna be like,
Go
oh, I
call-
remember Jim Otto. He was so good. I'm like, God damn it.
All right, I'm texting Robert. And
Yeah.
When did this become Who Wants to Be a Millionaire all of a sudden?
That's one of our lifelines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like eight phone a friends here.
That's right.
All right, Drew, you keep a score.
yep, let me get my board out.
Yeah. Bored to
Let's see who gets the most.
I have text Mark, so
hopefully mom and dad will answer.
Oh wait, do I need to include Upshaw in the text? 'Cause I only talked about Otto and Willie Brown.
no, I just said whoever gets the most votes out of these two get on the list.
Oh, okay. So Upshaw is just coming later.
I say Upshaw's just on the list.
I'm cool with it.
He's not on the list. Not at 2.
Well, the other person's deleted.
Oh Lord.
No, that's not how this works. You're not gonna kick my boy Willie off right after double the votes.
Is dad handy?
He's
Can I
trying.
talk?
Here we go.
I think we have our first phone call on the podcast.
All right, thanks.
I can hear Grandma.
Oh man.
So you guys excited for Thanksgiving or what?
No.
So,
I won't be there.
Oh, you won't be there?
I have to work.
Oh, dang.
You'll be across the street.
I'll
I'll come see you.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Did Bob text you back, Wade?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Mark too. Of course, it is 9:30, so I hope you know.
Oh, never mind.
Got any answers, Drew?
Not yet.
Hey, Dad. We're doing our podcast, and we're discussing the Oakland Raiders. And we got 3 guys that we're arguing over. And so
Robert has
we're
been
texting
texted.
people that know stuff about football, and we want them to vote for 2 of the 3. So I'm going to give you 3 names, and you need to pick 2 of the 3. All right. Now this is the Oakland Raiders. Okay. It's Willie Brown, Jim Otto, and Gene Upshaw. Dad went Otto and Upshaw.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it.
All right,
right.
that's what we needed to know.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Well, we'll tell you how it turns out tomorrow. Everybody's sending texts and calling people, so we couldn't stop arguing over them.
I'm cool with that. He gave us an
All
Upshaw
right,
vote.
so we'll let you know tomorrow at dinner. All right, thanks, Dad. All right, bye.
So we're waiting on Mark, Bob, and
Robert and Cameron.
Cameron.
Yep.
All right. Well, so who wants to ask a question real quick?
Well, I've got mine. Let me finish the text to Cameron real quick, and I'll ask it.
Okay.
All right, so you put votes down there, right, Drew?
Mark just text back and was like, because I didn't ask who do you vote for. I asked, do you know who these people are?
Oh, okay.
And he's like, Jim Otto's an Oakland Raider.
Okay, he knows him at least.
So you got to put a.
All right, 1 second. I'm finishing this last one. Cameron's getting ready to respond. He's on.
I thought that was the best way to explain it to Dad, to let him vote.
Yeah, probably.
Because he would know all 3 of them.
All right, you said Otto, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Otto has, as of right now, listeners, Otto has 2, Upshaw has 1, and Willie has none.
Uh-oh.
It's not good.
It's not.
But it's also baloney that if Willie doesn't make it on, he has double the votes that Upshaw does.
So we're going purely on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Wade's argument for Jim Otto actually had some validity. But his argument, if you put Gene Upshaw on it, has no validity. Gene Upshaw is well more known than either one of those guys. Mark said, didn't Willie Brown play for the Packers?
All right, that's not good.
There was one, I think, that played for the Packers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, you can't put that against him then.
Why can't I?
Because if there's 2.
So they saw some guy named Otto was a Brown.
Graham?
Yeah.
Well, it's like saying the Jets. Oh, no, it's not the Jets. It's the cornerback that came out of Cincinnati. His name's Kobe Bryant. They'd be saying that to an extent.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right, Cameron said he doesn't know any of the 3 of them.
Oh,
Oh, Cam, you're
all right.
All right.
Helps
That's,
us out.
that's what Dalton said. So
So the Willie Brown you're talking about, Drew, played for the Raiders and the Broncos.
Okay. Robert said, I know they're old NFL players, but that's it. He said, I probably should know them, LOL. So we got no for my guess.
So the young guy struck out.
Yeah, Robert at least knew they were old players. Yeah.
All right, well.
All right, let me pull my question up, unless we just want to finish this.
So, I mean, Mark knew who both the offensive linemen were.
Well, Dad knew them all, and he picked the two offensive linemen.
I mean, if I get Gene in, I can, I guess, roll without us.
So you can, add a tally.
What do you mean add tallies? No one else voted for him.
Mark, I just said that.
Mark already got his tally.
He gets another one. And then
You said it was just Otto. You said Otto was the only one.
No, I did. He knew who Gene Upshaw was. Everybody knows who Gene Upshaw is.
I'm getting bamboozled right now.
I don't know either. I don't know. My only confusion was I thought we weren't doing Upshaw at first, and then we were doing Upshaw. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Because Alex wants two offensive linemen. So
I didn't put him in there first. Uncle Doug did.
Oh!
That was the
Bob knows Brown and Gene Upshaw. He said yes and yes. I know both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to vote for
Upshaw.
Willie.
Get another one.
But he thought Otto was Otto Graham.
Okay.
So is that everybody that we text?
Both your guys came back. Both your guys came back. Your guy came back. My call.
So
Sorry, I was texting. What?
no, you're good. So that's everybody though. 2 from Wade.
So, do you have
one.
anybody, Ray?
I didn't take somebody.
Okay. Anybody else I'd text might not get back to us for a while.
Yeah.
So.
And even though Bob said exactly what my vote said, I'll show what he says. He said yes and yes to the vote.
Wow, paper trails.
I'm just saying, I'm not lying, so Otto won't get on.
You want to look at it, Alex?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
So what do we got on the boards?
Well, it's 1 for Willie, 2 for Otto, and 3 for Upshaw. But if you add but if you add it up from these votes, it'd be
5-4.
It'd be
5,
for Upshaw.
5, and 6. So Otto would be on, and then us 5 could vote between Willie and Upshaw
Oh, shit.
if we wanted to do that way.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could
So
do that.
Jim Otto is on. So it's Brown.
Okay.
I mean, wait unless you says no, unless you don't want to do it.
No, it's
Unless you want to.
And then we
I mean, if you want,
then we go to
Wade,
the boards for Upshaw.
or Wade, I could help you out. I could leave the Jim Otto train and go to the Upshaw train.
I mean, I'm cool with that if you are.
I'm cool with that.
And then that
What
makes
the hell just happened? I thought we said we were using this to decide
They
it.
had this sorted out.
I don't know.
I thought this was only what we were going by purely, and then we added it, and then I don't know.
Well, if we went by
I
this,
don't know.
so I'm saying if we went by that, Otto gets on. That's what I was
Right,
saying.
Which is what we're saying already.
Right.
Okay.
And then we said now, but that would put us to a tie between Upshaw and Willie Brown.
Right.
So why don't the 5 of us just write it down on the boards?
I'm getting screwed over. My guys double the votes.
All right, let's just go.
Not
for it.
technically anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you have to bring in your extra votes. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I'm. No.
So Otto's
I
in,
can't-
Okay.
and we're voting on the other two.
Brown and Upshaw.
Alright.
Okay.
Just keep the face, Drew.
Drew, I stuck with you for a while, but we both know I'm writing Upshaw on this board.
As you should.
He was my number 1. I can't not put my number 1 down.
It's all right, Wade. It's not your fault.
I rode hard with you with Willie Brown.
It's not your fault, Wade.
Is that everybody? Oh, Uncle Doug, we wait on you.
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
yet.
Come on, Dad. Come through.
Oh God! If I don't, oh God!
Come on.
Uncle Doug, be honest with yourself. Upshaw was higher on your list than Willie Brown.
Neither one was on my
Well, they was higher. He was higher. You gave more consideration to Upshaw than you did for Willie Brown.
Are you sure about that?
He's very sure about
I
that.
don't know. I think he's got a soft spot for Willie.
A soft spot.
We all vote for Fred Bullitt. Oh.
So is this the deciding vote over here?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure who everyone else is.
If we got Upshaw and you two got Brown, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I got one.
I put Upshaw.
Put Brown.
I put Brown.
Upshaw.
Ray came back to the right side.
I think that was the longest thought process we've had so far.
That was good, though. I like that.
Yeah.
me, Ray.
We worked through it.
I thought we were fucked, Alex. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
did too. So after much arguing, much debate, phone calls, text messages, all sorts of things.
Mail imbalance came in and screwed over Willie Brown. Are you kidding me?
Well, and all of it, and it should make you feel better, Drew. You weren't really screwed over. You should never been in the conversation to begin with. Because you were a one-person thing. So
Get out of here.
Tim Brown, Marcus Allen, Jim Otto, and Gene Upshaw are the Mount Rushmore for the Oakland Raiders. 4 Hall of Famers, which we don't always have.
Yeah.
We have 2 linemen, offensive linemen, a receiver, and a running back. No defenders this week for a Raiders franchise that had some great defenses.
But if you were going to pick a team to have 2 offensive linemen, I think this is the one.
Yeah.
'Cause
Have we
that's
had
a
2
really
offensive
good one.
linemen before? I don't think we have we?
I don't think we've
No.
never had more than one, I don't think.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Because we had, Ogden for the Ravens,
Munez for the Bengals.
Muniz for the Bengals,
Baselli.
Baselli for the
Jaguars.
Jaguars,
Joe Thomas for the Browns.
Joe Thomas for
Yeah.
the Browns, yeah.
We had Willie Rofe.
Willie Rofe, for the Saints.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think there was just one for some of the
Yeah.
franchises. Yeah, it was the first time that we have had 2 offensive linemen on a team. All right. Well, that will end the Raiders portion of this episode and move us into trivia. Drew?
All right, the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the 1991 Indianapolis Colts. Both of them had the lowest points per game in a whole NFL season.
Oh boy.
What is that number?
What was their average points per game?
Average points per game.
Okay.
We just need a whole number.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you go, say like 32.3. I'm not gonna ask that. Just
I got to guess.
Oh, God.
I got to guess.
The Colts would be in this. Jesus.
By the way, speaking of the Colts, I know everybody was in such an uproar, but the team has played much better under Saturday.
Yeah.
Everyone was in an uproar because they're dumb. You can get a guy that's been in the NFL for 30 years and he can be a terrible coach. It happens all the time, guys with have coaching experience. And they're like, well, there was like a couple guys on the Colts roster, and there was another team, I can't remember who else they're talking about, that have head coaching experience, but they didn't make them the interim head coach. I'm like, because they're not a head coach anymore because they sucked at it. That's why they're not.
Yeah.
Well, here
That's why
was
they're
my
not a
thing.
head coach anymore.
Guys that are great in the league, no matter what league it is, skip to the front of the line in coaching positions all the time.
Yeah. And not only did he play in the league, but he's been a consultant for our offensive line for years.
Mhm.
But people don't talk about that. He's been involved in the organization for like 20 years, but that people just gloss over that, and just it's ridiculous. And like, there's lots of coaches that don't. Like John Harbaugh was like a special teams assistant before he became a head coach. Like,
yeah.
shut up.
And in the words of Pat McAfee, Joe Thomas, and whoever the fuck that other guy is, you're all just a bunch of puppets.
Yeah. Bill Cowher actually
Yeah,
hated on it
Cowher.
really hard.
Yeah. He did a whole. It was like a whole 5-minute thing with Cal.
It was a big segment on Sunday.
So
yeah.
it was like a disgrace to the coaching profession.
Yeah.
Okay.
What, 2-0?
1-1.
Oh,
We lost by
1-1.
1 to the Eagles last week.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Kidd was a point guard in the NBA, and like 3 days later was a head coach in the NBA.
Steve Nash went from a couple years retired straight to a head coach of a team.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Do you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I said 8.
8. Okay.
But 11.
Okay.
I put 11.
Okay.
15.
Alex is correct. It is 8.
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
go Alex.
I was scared I was too low.
That's nuts.
That is.
And 2 teams do that for an entire season. Is that what you said?
The entire season, 76 Bucks and the 91 Colts.
That's so bad.
It's the first time I've scored a point in a few weeks. All right. Wade, you ready?
Yeah. I got one. I'm pretty sure I got memorized.
Put that down.
Good old. I just happened to come across this the other day again, like my one last week. Tom Brady attended the same high school, not the same time, but went to the same high school as another Hall of Fame NFL player and a Hall of Fame baseball player. Who are the other two players?
Yeah. I have no idea.
So you're looking for a baseball and football
A
player?
Hall of Fame baseball player and a Hall of Fame NFL player that went to the same high school as Tom Brady.
Hmm. It's going to be two pure guesses because I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I got mine.
Yeah, these are pure guesses. I have no idea.
How you doing over there, Ray?
Not good.
What about you, Uncle Doug?
Not good.
I don't think any of us are going to catch true anyway.
Yeah, I got 2 answers.
I hope not.
I think you got this one in the bag.
You got something, Ray?
Yeah, I got something.
All right, I said George Brett and Bart Starr.
Said Derek Jeter and Randy Moss.
Said Robin Yount and Anthony Carter.
Cal Ripken and Devontae Adams.
Okay. The Hall of Fame football player is Lynn Swann.
Hmm.
And then the baseball one gets me. I think it's funny because the two biggest cheaters in the history of sports went to the same high school: Tom Brady and Barry Bonds.
Oh,
Wow. Didn't you say Hall of Fame baseball player?
Okay, it's not in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the all-time home run leader.
Where did they go to high school?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I don't even know what state they grew up in.
I don't even know if my screenshot even says it. It just says they went to high school together, or to the same high school, not together.
It's interesting. Two base cheaters went to.
That is pretty cool.
By the way, you know Serge Ibaka has a cooking show. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that.
Oh,
one.
really?
No.
Where?
Oh.
On what
Yeah.
channel?
It's on YouTube,
Oh.
and he cooks like all these African things. Some like most of, like sometimes like I don't even want to look at it. More or less like try and eat it. And like he said Paul George on there. He said Kawhi on there. Blah blah blah. Well, he had Alec Manoah on there the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Oh,
Who's
I
really
know where
good.
you're going.
And so while he's preparing stuff and like getting them to eat it and stuff, he asked them questions, and he said, "I don't know much about baseball." Like he asked Alec Manoah, like, "Who's the biggest cheater in baseball history?" And he goes, "Garrett Cole." Like
Yeah.
just straight up says it. And Serge Ibaka's like, "Oh, okay. Like, what did he do?" And he's like, "Well, he was putting all sorts of sticky stuff on the ball so his pitchers were better. And when they made him stop, he wasn't any good anymore."
That's funny.
Like, oh man, I'm like, dude, this is the guy you play in the same division as right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's great.
That is a strong statement.
All right, nobody got that one correct.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Doug, you got one?
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to. I got 2 here. I'm trying to decide which one. Okay. How many numbers have the Oakland Raiders retired?
Oh boy.
All right, I got a guess. By the way, did y'all see the other day that Kevin Durant said that Kevin Herter is playing like Klay Thompson and Steph Curry?
Clay's played well here recently.
The Kings offensively are the best offensive team in the NBA as of like yesterday or the day before.
They've been balling, man. Sabonis and Fox and Herter.
All right. What you guys got? Everybody got one?
Oh no. I'm still thinking.
My other question, by the way, was what's Fred Biletnikoff's number? Which was
I would
weird.
have been guessing a number either way. So,
Yeah.
Which was weird because back in the day he was number 25.
Drew, you can either go high or low or in the middle.
Oh really?
Come on, bud.
All right, I got it.
All right, I said 16.
9.
19.
5.
0.
What?
The Raiders do not retire numbers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was sitting there thinking they have all these phenomenal players from all these different decades. And
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
So,
I was thinking they got a bunch of Hall of Famers, so they probably got a bunch.
Yeah. It's almost as bad as the Bengals. They have one guy retired, and it's not Anthony Munoz.
yeah.
We have the greatest guard in NFL history, but we're going to retire some guy no one knows.
All right, Ray, you got one?
Yeah, I think so. Which NFL tandem recorded the most instances of 100 rush yards, 100 receiving yards in the same game?
So,
Ooh.
So you want a running back wide receiver tandem.
Yeah.
Okay. And we need
100 rush, 100 receiving.
what tandem did it the most?
Hold on, let me reread it. The most instances, like how many times did they both get 100 rush yards and 100 receiving yards?
in the same game.
In the same
In
game.
the same game.
Okay. So who's number one? Are we trying to guess how many times they did it, or who's number one?
No,
The two guys.
yeah, just give me the two guys,
Okay.
and then I'll tell you the number how many times
Okay.
they did it.
All right.
I like this question, to be honest with you.
I do too.
I don't think I'm going to get it right, but I like
That's a
this
really good
question.
I
question.
like it. Every time I think of a great receiver, their running game was not.
It's kind of tricky.
Because most of the time you're either a running team or a passing team. If you have great balance for a long period of time, you're probably winning championships.
Right.
All right, I got to guess.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I got to guess.
I don't.
I don't either.
It's a long shot, but
I got ideas, but
it's worth a shot.
Dang.
Well.
All right, I got something.
all right.
I put James and Harrison.
I said Shannon Sharp and Terrell Davis.
Well, you knew I was going with the Colts guys.
I said Marshall Falk and Isaac Bruce.
That's a good one too.
I almost went with that one.
Yeah, I thought.
Are correct.
No way. All right.
It is Veteran James, Marvin Harrison at 22.
All right. People forget how great Edrin James was.
Yeah.
The one thing that held me back was he left, and those guys, and Harrison was still there. So I was like, were they there long enough together?
But every other tandem I thought of, either one of the players tailed off, like they weren't like in their primes together for super long, or someone left, or someone tailed off, and it was really hard. 'Cause I
Yeah.
thought about the one you picked. That was.
I did too. I thought about that one too.
Then I thought about Jerry Rice. I'm like, all the running backs. Like, what about Roger Craig or
I thought
And
about
him.
that one, yeah.
and I don't know. There's Emmett Smith and Michael Irvin or stuff like that.
I thought about Harrison and Stallworth. Or Harris and Stallworth, I mean.
One of the ones that I thought might be a sneaky pick was Jerome Bettis and Heinz Ward.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that would
thinking
be a
about
sneaky
that.
good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked mine.
All right. Mine's pretty straightforward, guys. From 1993 to 1996, those 4 seasons, who was the Raiders starting quarterback?
Same guy, all 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm. He threw for 11,000 yards and 69 touchdowns in that time.
Hmm.
It's a decent amount of yards for back then for a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how long was it? 3 years? 4 years?
4 years.
Oh, 4 years. That was 3 years. Okay. Not quite as good then, I guess. But
Yeah, not quite 3,000 yards a season.
yeah, I thought it was just 3 years, so it would have been quite a bit over. But it doesn't matter.
Well, anybody got an answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wrote someone down.
Drufus.
I don't know. I'm just going to write it.
Oh, wait.
Wade just freaked out on his board, so we're going to see if he has a great idea.
Wait.
I know this guy jumped around everywhere in the 90s, and the Raiders might have been one. Okay. Fuck, I hope this is right.
All right.
All right, what we got?
I say Gannon.
Jeff George.
I said Gannon.
I also said Rich Gannon.
It's not Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon was there in like 01 through like
I knew he was
05
there,
or
but I
something
didn't know
like
if he
that.
was.
Jeff George was there after this guy. It's Jeff Hostetler. Another guy that jumped around a bunch of places in the 90s. But that was a good guess, Wade. Jeff George.
Yeah, that was.
Because George had like a cannon arm, and everybody thought he had tremendous talent, but he was a head case, and no one kept him around too long. Including the Colts, actually.
All right, so we gave out 3 points this week. First time we've given out that many points in a little while. Drew is still in the lead with 33 points. Wade is in second with now 28 points. Uncle Doug is still in third with 23. Alex now has 15. The guests still have 7. And Ray still has 5. Ray, dude, we all thought we were closing the gap before another guest shows up.
I think the only way I'm going to get any points at this point if somebody asks me who won last week. And
Shaller's showing up next week, so.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
You better hope Schaller calls in sick.
I'm hoping
he doesn't.
I hope he gets snowed
I would
in.
almost bet money on it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in for our Oakland Raiders episode. And we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our St. Louis / Los Angeles Rams episode. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.